You know, what I've been doing just really is a small part of what I can do, what I'd like to do. You know, I'm not going to just serve one term. I'm there until the voters have had enough of me.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I'm 49 years old. Hopefully by the time I'm 80, I can be working out in my garden in my flower bed, and I can, you know, enjoy where I live in retirement. I'm going to stay here and retire. I don't own property outside of the Outer Banks. You know, this is where I live. This is where I will be. So I'm here, and I want to.
Hypothetical. Suppose on election day you're successful.
Mm-hmm.
What are the first 2 or 3 things you want to bring to the Board of Commissioners as your priorities, things you want to see either get picked up or new initiatives or...
Well, let me just say one thing before I say that, and I still haven't answered your question where we are now, and I apologize. I'm at 28 employees right now. I do have a part-timer that comes in to help me, as I mentioned, every now and then with the filing and just catch up because of the things that I'm involved in. Sometimes the stack grows, as you know. We have an 81-footer. The 81-footer is still out here. We'll be finished that in April. And I have a 58-footer back here that we started on just a few months ago for a gentleman in Aruba. This is our first boat for Aruba, and we're hoping that that opens up a market for us.
So you're about half of where you were at your peak.
We're about half of where we were at our peak, yes. And we will continue to have boats to build. We don't doubt that. We'll, you know, even if we're building one at a time, we will continue to have boats to build. Okay, now your question. You know, there are several things that I have in the back of my mind, but how to implement them is always the question. You know, how to implement these. I'm used to the private sector, you know, where you can implement quicker than you can in government. Mm-hmm. So I've got to get comfortable with how to implement it efficiently and correctly and in the best interest of everyone in Dare County. I don't want to go in there with this, you know, let's do it now. That's going to scare everyone. I know that. From working with the community, I know you don't come in aggressive and you know, let's make this change, let's do it today. You know, now, being the boss of the private sector, I can come in here and say, you know what, I've thought about this over the weekend, and this new system will work for us. It will make us more efficient. I'm going to implement it today. Let's meet with our crew and talk about it, discuss it, and get some ideas on how to make it better. I can do that. I will not be able to do that sitting as commissioner. However, creating different committees, I'm hoping to, as you mentioned, that economic developer, I'm hoping to get some ideas on whether we need a committee or whether we need a person to bring economic development into the area. And I do know that there are some retired people that are very interested in that, and tapping that talent. I do believe that that is something that we should look strongly at here in Dare County. And working with the Create the Future initiative, you know, they may have some ideas on some direction for that. So I'm hoping that will help us out.